The name of the video is The Most Wanted Drivers in New York. Tommy G. Let's do it.
Okay, easy, Tiger. Easy, 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 easy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, hey, hey.
Little backstory. In this video is some crazy drivers that post themselves and they so-called love, appreciate the sub, gang. They so-called the most wanted drivers in New York, which I don't feel is true, because if they're the most wanted drivers in New York, 12 can get that. They worry about them too, but they really got nothing to worry about. But these go crazy, and I don't recommend nobody driving like this ever. Don't do this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how wanted would you say you are?
Probably a 10. Nobody's more wanted than me.
I wasn't lying when I said these guys are wanted.
Sliding of yours in dirt? What the Now the boys in NY don't be on nothing. Just slide the yours in dirt? Quan, you lonely, bruh? What are you talking about?
Hello folks, I'm Tommy G. I'm here with the most wanted drivers in New York.
Hey, I'm SQUEEZE.BRNZ. Swim team, you already know what's going on. I love NYPD. Swim team, the dream team.
So buckle up folks, this is gonna be a wild ride. One day
NYPD. Swim team, the dream team.
So buckle up folks.
Got the hat with the spinny thing on it from SpongeBob. I think that was on SpongeBob. Hey, my kid, what going on, Draco? I'm thinking that SpongeBob. What is the name of that hat, y'all? With the spinny.
A wild ride. One day in the safety of my home in Milwaukee, I started to get bombarded by DMs imploring me to explore these two drivers named SQUEEZE.BRNZ and Where's 981. When I looked at their pages, their driving shocked me. I would describe their videos as daring, dangerous, and reckless. I'm fascinated by the human desire to push limits and go against the I'm fascinated by the daredevils and outlaws of the world. Young men in particular love to do this in a variety of ways. Evel Knievel shot himself out of a cannon, Philip Petit tightrope walked across the Twin Towers, Alex Honnold climbed up cliffs without a rope, and fighter Darren Till cut weight until he went blind. The question that comes to mind when you look at this behavior is what compels someone to push themselves to such lengths and risk injury or death. In today's video, we investigate this daredevil behavior in the form of reckless drivers who are causing outrage and fascination across New York.
Police tried to pull
Fastest car you own? My McLaren 720S. That motherfucker geek like crazy. Like that shit just so fast. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The dude, yeah, I know if you was in my stream some last time, we had watched that video on here when a nigga was going crazy in Town Square. I keep saying Town Square. It's Times Square. Damn.
Pull over a car on West 38th Street and 7th Avenue. The driver sped off, slamming into cars, driving on the sidewalk, and even hitting a dining shed.
That's bad business. Slowest car I own? Probably my Trackhawk. Yeah, probably the Trackhawk. But I don't like when be driving reckless and don't know, like they don't know the limit and they don't know how to drive. Like niggas be driving reckless, trying to prove a point and trying to keep up with the next and crash out. Like my nigga, if you know you don't got the wheel, relax, calm down. You putting other people's lives in danger, gang. If you ain't got the wheel, sit back, relax. You know what I'm saying? No cap.
But there's a twist in the story, because these guys don't just risk their own necks in the stunts, they also risk the lives of innocent pedestrians and the law enforcement that chases them. These guys regularly go on police chases and evade police helicopters. Today, we interview them face to face and talk morality, ethics, danger, and their motivation for their behavior. Let's dive in and go boots on the ground. This documentary is purely for educational purposes. We want to stress that the behavior depicted in this video is dangerous, illegal, and should never be imitated. And remember, it only takes one bad crash to ruin your life or someone else's. Please drive responsibly. Thank you.
Love you so much, Quan. Much love, gang. Every time I hear this song, I just think of that video when the nigga was in New York.
We wanted to know how everyday people felt about this kind of driving. We had some extra time to kill at the New York airport, so I went around showing people videos of SQUEEZE.BRNZ and Where's 981 driving. Here's what they had to say about it. What do you think of that?
It's just dangerous. I think if the police go after them, it's a bit dangerous because everyone else at risk.
Y'all think he got the wheel? Y'all think this nigga right here got the wheel? Or he just like a cruiser? What y'all think? We're gonna rate these See if they got the wheel based off their looks. Cruiser. He like a cruiser. He be on his phone.
What do you think of that?
It's just dangerous. I think if the police go after them, it's a bit dangerous. Puts everyone else at risk.
He's probably going 120, 130 right now. See how there's some close calls?
I feel like he thinks he's in a video game. That stuff pisses me off. So I got kids that are on those games too. And I got kids with my kids. They'll say, I don't know what happened.
I could tell this guy a million times, hey, you're going to kill somebody on the road. He's going to do it anyway. What do you think about that?
It makes me mad. I get it. All kids, they're bred to do that, right? But it's irresponsible.
If I told you that this guy's gotten away from not only multiple police, but also helicopters.
They got away from helicopters? What the fuck?
What's your reaction on that?
I believe it. I just feel like it's really selfish. I feel like he should get his license taken away for some period of time and probably have to go through safe driving classes, maybe talk to people who are victims of people that drive like him.
I think it should be commensurate with like attempted manslaughter or something like. I mean,
Yeah.
What? If you don't hurt anybody and you get pulled over, this nigga say he wants to get locked up for what?
Should be commensurate with like attempted manslaughter.
Attempted manslaughter and you didn't harm anyone? What? What the fuck? That is crazy. Swing what poppin' gang? That's crazy work, I ain't gonna lie.
Or something like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's in effect,
Yeah.
you're putting people at risk intentionally when you go a certain speed over the speed limit.
If you were in...
You putting people at risk when you outside smoking cigarettes and somebody walk past you or somebody standing next to you. You don't get locked up for standing still, slaughter man, cigarette holder. You like they should. Never mind.
Mother and father, what would you count?
Politic ass
He's
nigga.
a selfish idiot.
They gonna do what they gonna do.
One of these days, somebody is gonna get in his way, and that person's gonna end up dead.
Yo, what poppin',
Many
gang?
people are gonna end up dead, and if he ends up dead, that's his consequence for what he does.
Quan, how
But
much you streaming want before I buy this $6 subscription? I stream every day, bro. Literally every single day, bro. Same time tomorrow. Regular. No, I don't stream every day. I stream every once in a while, but I'm finna get back on it because I've been working on something. I'm finna stop pausing the video. We're gonna watch the video, all right? Relax. Damn. Shit.
Nobody else deserves to have that kind of risk. It's no different than someone who's really drunk getting behind the wheel of a car and driving when they have no control. I mean, your car is actually like a weapon of mass destruction. It has to be handled.
It is, but it ain't. Cause when you drunk, your vision blurred. When you moving that wheel and you swimming, you see what's going on. I don't know if I can agree with that one, shawty.
Handled with care.
Worse than being drunk and getting behind the wheel because you're actively making the choice to put other people's lives at risk.
The steepest price that gets paid is not the person driving the car. I mean, someone's gonna end up dying, and that'll be that.
That can ruin hundreds of people's lives. Like if a kid in a school were to die, everybody in the school
It's a
would be
ripple
mourning
effect.
for that one person.
Oh yeah, he's tripping. Not safe at all.
If he hits somebody, do you think it should be manslaughter or first degree?
I say manslaughter because you know what you're doing. Like
He don't got the wheel, do we, chat? He don't got the wheel. He don't got the wheel.
you're just driving crazy. Like
What would you tell him if you could say something to him?
I'd be like, slow down.
What do you think about driving like this?
Oh, it's
terrible. I don't like
When?
it.
Better stay away from him.
Yeah.
What should be the penalty if he's caught? Manslaughter or first degree? That's another debate.
If he hits somebody, you mean if he kills somebody? It's vehicular manslaughter.
This guy has an ability to get away from multiple police vehicles and including helicopters.
Right.
So he hasn't been caught. Yesterday, he got away from a helicopter.
Where? In New York or California?
New York.
Wow. What kind of car is he renting?
I ain't never really hear about cops in Cali like on shit. Do cops in Cali be on shit for real? Are they sweet? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be in North Carolina Saturday. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna be there. So pop out. No cap.
You see, I was out running the cops. I guess we could hope for him hitting a telephone pole. Turn yourself in, brother. You're a reckless driver and you're gonna hurt innocent people.
I got folks taking pics, something like paparazzi. I'ma go and get the test, I don't really like the mind.
Turn yourself in, brother.
We're on our way to meet SQUEEZE.BRNZ. Recently, he's been making the news for his high-speed stunts. While some people see his driving as exhilarating or exciting, there's a rising sentiment that this sort of behavior unnecessarily endangers innocent drivers and pedestrians. He sent us the address of a random parking garage and told us to pull up. This is what we encountered. Folks, we're on the way to talk to one of the most wanted drivers in New York, SQUEEZE.BRNZ. This kid does stuff that makes my butthole pucker up.
What? Hey, nigga said, what should I be my first car mod for? Hit me charger. Put a supercharger on that bitch. Stupid ass. Get you some tint, gang. A muffler delete. Like, what they be like? RGB lights.
Pause. This guy is... This is not a product placement. I do not want a partnership with Celsius. I do not drink your drinks every single trip multiple times a day. I don't absolutely love your drink. Guys, if you want to hit me up, please do. I would love to talk to you. Otherwise, I'll probably hit up Prime, and you know how that goes. So we're pulling up to meet SQUEEZE.BRNZ. I'm excited. I hope you are too. You know, high speed must be an issue around here if they have a Mustang NYPD car.
That Mustang's slow as fuck.
RIP Mainstream Media. It's been a great run. Kudos to you for lasting as long.
500K or dinner with Diddy? What is dinner with Diddy doing for me? I'll take $5.
Long as you have, but that's it. I mean, that's
we're going on there.
Sorry. In honor of that, RIP Mainstream Media. Sweatshirts available.
All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how wanted would you say you are?
Probably a 10. Nobody's more wanted than me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It started like about a year ago. I got my first Benz, and I always did like little driving videos, and I never really took it to nothing. And then my boy started saying like, you know, mad people are blowing up off this, and I was just like, you know, that's just how it started.
I'm curious, like you have a Lamborghini, at one point a Mercedes-Benz. I'm sure you go through a lot of different cars. Are you going on tour and just driving people's cars all crazy? You guys getting your own cars? Like, tell me about that.
I had my own car for a bit, but then I changed it up because I did get chased a lot. So I just realized, like, you know, doing long-term rentals is just a way better route. And then obviously I don't tell these guys I'm SQUEEZE.BRNZ.
Did you ever get
these cutting up in rentals like crazy like that? What?
When you getting back on RP?
Shit, whenever a server get lit. What the Hey, sliding around the corners is hard, not gonna lie. You telling me or you asking me? Smart, not dumb. Smart but dumb? Yeah. That's crazy.
blown up by the tour people asking what the hell happened?
Kyle, appreciate the sub.
Like, you know, just driving the car, you know what I mean?
You mix danger, but there's also other people at risk when you do that. Innocent civilians. So what do you think about the element of danger for that?
I've been doing this since, like, real shit, since I was 9. I used to take my dad's car out, and I used to just bug out. I've been doing this for so long now that I feel like I did have some professional at it. Like, you know, niggas know, like, that's how I drive.
Appreciate the sub, man.
Where I've gone out with people, and they try keeping up with me, and they crash.
How fast do you go?
I mean, there's been a video on live where I've gone one-handed 210 miles an hour.
Filming with one hand, driving with the other, 210 miles an hour. That's insane.
Is crazy. One hand. Quan, what do you think about M8s? I'm not a fan of them. They long as the only BMW M's I like the M2, the M3, and the M4. And the M5 is low-key growing on me, like just a little bit. Not too much. But the M6, I don't like it. That shit ugly. The M8, that shit ugly. That bit long as hell. It's like a dad, like an old man, old car. But M3, M4 is what I would get. And M2, they look cool. And M5s is growing on me a little bit. No cap. Get the new M5, 1K horsepower? No, I wouldn't get an M5. I like the way they look. A little bit, just a little bit.
Did that scare you?
Not really. To build up a tolerance.
Do you feel like the police watch your
like I
100%.
No,
let's pop in the car and keep the conversation going.
Okay. How many people know
Yeah, compared to like, am I in the high end of
Not even the high end, but
That's okay. Does your mom worry about you?
Nigga said, does your mom worry about you?
She be getting scared because she know I be doing shit.
You like the Supra?
Do you know any friends that have gotten
I
really hurt
I
or
wouldn't get one
died
though.
doing this?
My boy, he was racing and he macked up and he hit his head and his head like split open a little bit. He needs, but like other than that, nothing's ever happened.
Tell me about the camera system in New York. How hard is it to evade capture or awareness of the police?
Super easy. A lot of people like they be doing crimes with their plates on. Like I mean, if I go run from a cops, I'm gonna make sure I either have a altered plate or no plate at all.
New York City is home to one of the most advanced camera surveillance
Just
networks
wake up
on the
and go
planet.
outside
An
and run
Amnesty
12
International
every
project
day.
identified that there are more than
Not
25,000
every day, but-
public and private cameras at traffic intersections across the city. This
This
camera
nigga like
technology can capture
fucking
faces and
secret
other
nigga.
details from up to 400 feet away. This infrastructure isn't cheap either. This camera technology, combined with cell phone tracking tools, spyware, and facial recognition, racked up nearly $3 billion in expenditures from the NYPD.
Nigga, New York is moving like
2007 to
Watch Dogs. What the
2019.
fuck?
With street racers run rampant in the city, it's easy for governments to make the argument to increase the surveillance in order to shut down this
What's that,
reckless and
$3
deadly
billion?
behavior. However, this same technology can also be used to capture the profiles.
Bro, do something else. I'm sorry if this your first time meeting me, twin, but I'm not the type to just be all hyperactive and shit. I just be chilling, gang. So if you want to go somewhere else and watch, be my pleasure. But me and Cozy, we in here chilling, twin. Putting you down. No cap. All right.
Of millions of civilians on a daily basis, something that is currently happening in China and that many Americans are afraid of. As technology such as AI facial recognition and high-def cameras
this is
increase in
dead-ass
quality,
Watch
this
Dogs,
is a
bro.
challenge we are going to have to wrestle with to ensure the very tech that can help keep us safe also
Watch
doesn't
Dogs,
grow
y'all know
too
what that is?
powerful to infringe upon our freedoms. What are the different penalties for if you got caught doing what we were doing?
Jail time. I'm running red lights. I'm doing more
What's
than
up, Quan? I can't
triple the
donate, but I
speed
just wanna
limit,
let you know
double the
you
speed
motivate
limit. There's just a
me
lot
every
of tickets to it.
You
Much
did a
love,
video
twin.
in Times Square
Appreciate
recently,
you.
right?
Yeah.
I gotta send it back for all my insecurities. Maybe like some work will probably clean it back. Maybe make it time.
Bro, okay, so y'all know Rob got an M3, right? If y'all don't know, my partner just got an M3 and named Rob. For anybody that don't know him, but y'all probably do know the nigga. So cool, he just bought M3 yesterday. Bro, he let me slide that. Bro, that is so easy. Like, that shit is 10 times easier than sliding a Hellcat, bro. I don't know if it's because it's so small or what it is, but I slid that bitch and I felt like a pro. Like, I swear to God. That is crazy. So that was you sliding that video in the rain? No, that was him. That was him in the rain. It was daytime. But that shit just so easy. Like, I see how do that right now. Like do shit like this now. Cause before I was like, them really like crazy with it. But when you in that, like it's meant for that. But when you in a cat and you slide, it just got hella power. So you really gotta, you know what I'm saying, tame that bitch. So if you slide in a cat, you know something. Cause that shit ain't as hard. That shit is way harder sliding a Hellcat. I'm not talking about power wise than the M3. I'm talking about like the weight and how big it is. Pause. No diddy.
It only takes one mistake to permanently change or destroy somebody's life.
I do understand that. It's just like we were also like there was a lot of people. 1 o'clock in the morning. You seen in the video like I stopped, looked around, made sure there was nobody, and started doing donuts. And then when I was running the red lights, I'm not gonna lie, I was low key bugging. I low key know how to run red lights. I've been chased by Mac cops to the point where I could blow the red lights doing 60, 70. No, I'm not gonna get my part.
Username Leah, appreciate the sub, gang.
Hopping on the highway. These cops like they're not really built for that. It's a lot of
Nah, that's hard. Appreciate it,
do not know how to drive on the highway.
Let's talk about how drivers like Ben's can evade detection for so long. They do so by altering or covering up their license plate so the car cannot be tracked by police or the traffic cameras. Cars with this modification have been nicknamed ghost cars. Last month, a joint task force was launched between New York Governors Kathy Hochul, New York Mayor Eric Adams, the NYPD, and the MTA to crack down on the issue of ghost cars. In their first day alone, they...
Bro, I don't know, bro. New York cops move
Bible
weird, bro.
thump, one Bible 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 thump, one. I bought these and Ion know what they do. Tears of joy.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but bro, New York cops be moving different, bro. Turn the sub sound off. I don't even know how to do that shit, bro. I can try. I don't know how, but I can try. Hold on, let's see. Is it this? Yeah, I don't know what the I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't tech savvy when it comes to this streaming shit. I just click stream and we just be on this shit. Like, word, I don't even know for real. But like I was saying, New York cops be moving different, bro.
Swim team greater than over everything.
I'm gonna talk now. Be moving different, bro. Them be 30 deep in one little ass car. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, bro, when I was in New York and we walked to the deli because our B&B was right next to one. We went to the deli, we walking back. And one of my partners had an ankle monitor on at the time. I don't know what it was. It was probably 3 of us, 4 of us. Bro, cops pulled up, like 5 got out of the car and just like started walking up towards us. I'm like, what the going on? Like, nigga, I ain't do shit. I ain't steal a fuck thing. I ain't do nothing. I was just looking. I ain't say that, but in my head, I'm like, what the going on? It was snow. It was crazy. But New York cops was weird, bro. I swear to God, like that was the most random like bot lobby I ever came across in my life when it came to cops. Okay.
73 cars, issued 282 court summons, and made 8
Why
arrests.
y'all don't hang
And I
with
noticed
raw
the same
dirty
thing back
anymore?
home in Milwaukee. The guys
She in
running
college,
through the
bro.
red lights, driving the stolen cars, and driving aggressively. Most of them do not
She ain't
have
go to
licenses.
college, like,
What's the longest police chase you've been in?
30 minutes, 20 minutes.
That's a pretty long chase. How many guys do you think were chasing you at one
It had to
time?
be like 3, 4, but the main thing was the helicopter. That was really hard to get away from. How could you get away? Luckily, it was late night. I was in the Porsche, and that shit does 210 miles an hour. So I just hopped on the highway. You know what I mean? The helicopter can only go so fast.
You go faster than the helicopter?
Yeah, they only like top out like 150, 140.
You crash into somebody, they get paralyzed, they die. Do you think you deserve to go to prison?
Yes. Obviously, I wouldn't want.
That nigga said that shit with no hesitation. If you crash and kill somebody, do you think you deserve to go to prison? That nigga said yes. So he know what he getting it. He know what he doing. He keep doing it because that's what he like to do on his free time. But it's also dumb because you lives in danger. But at the end of the day, nigga, every day, everybody putting niggas' life in danger, nigga. No cap. You think the cat would say GSPK? Hell nah. Fuck no.
Want to be put into prison for life? If I kill somebody, that's
Quan, would
somebody's
you
life. If
do a
that's
meet
somebody's
and
mother,
greet?
brother, cousin, whatever the case is.
I do
If
a
somebody
what?
crashed into my
A meet and
mom
greet.
and her car,
Yeah, hell yeah.
they killed her, I'd want them to go to jail. You know what I mean? Maybe not for life, but just enough to get it in their head, like, you know?
What makes taking these risks worth it for you?
They're not really risks to me, that's the thing. I don't really see them as risk. I see them as, like, you know, me just everyday driving.
You say you've been driving since you were 9 years old?
My dad used to give me his car. You know, I used to sit on his lap when I was like 7. He used
That's
to-
4th grade. What the fuck?
You know, I hit 9. He used to send me, yo, go to AutoZone real quick. I used to go to AutoZone on
Fourth
Vivo.
grade?
Cases. Go 13. I used to start picking up my boys, and that's when I started really, like, you know, cutting up.
Oh my motherfucker. Okay, easy, Tiger. Easy. Come on.
Trying to come out and shit himself. He ain't even doing nothing crazy.
No more. Ooh, that motherfucking made me.
Imagine me doing that.
At 100?
Yeah, that's really nothing.
How many police chases do you think you've been in?
More than my hand. There's been so many times where, like, the boys just get behind us and they start chasing. Or, like, it's not
Yeah,
really
appreciate the sub, twin.
You know, they back off.
Do you think you're the most wanted driver in New York?
Between me and Where's 981, like, Where's 981 low-key died down, I feel like I've taken over that spot, so yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of young men that watch your content. What do you think about kids that want to go try and replicate this, copy this?
From SQUEEZE.BRNZ himself, do not come try this.
This is something that you could get paralyzed, you could die. I don't drive like this, you shouldn't. Some people in this game take lots of risks, and Squeeze is one of those guys, but
The interview got scary. It's different when you're in the passenger seat, though.
How sophisticated is the camera system in New York?
Nah. What's up,
It's
bitch?
getting more sophisticated now to where, like, you know, it take them probably 2-3 days to really find where you're at. You know what I mean?
How do you stash your vehicle so that police don't trace it to your house?
I pay for a garage. I have other parking garages where I park my car.
So just like a
Just like
drug
a
dealer
dope
has
park at
trap
home.
houses, you have different...
I have trap houses.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Are you nervous at all?
I'm f***ing nervous.
The boys are right here.
Can I get a glove on this? They got the truck.
But how do you know he was about to get out of his vehicle and you were just about to smash him as he opened up his door?
I would have fucking... Nah, chill.
Boy, I
Why
can't
do you
smile
think
like
this is something that young
I ain't
men
that good yet.
gravitate towards?
I'm get better though.
Adrenaline.
Let's talk about brain development in young men. The male brain does not fully mature until about 25, so their prefrontal cortex that assesses risk is not fully developed yet, which helps to explain the risky behavior we see in this segment of the population. There's a name for this: young male syndrome. This sometimes short-sighted behavior is hypothesized to have provided an evolutionary advantage. A 2001
I don't know how to do that
Liverpool
shit, bro. I
study
ain't gonna
found
lie.
that females prefer brave males who take risks to the ones that do not. And if we go back thousands of years to being hunter-gatherers on the savannah, this preference makes sense, as a female would want the male that fends off the lion or stands to fight when another rival tribe approaches. Biologically, not much has changed in our brains then, but our technology has progressed much further, and it helps to explain why you see young men doing high-speed chases and drifting through Times Square.
What's the craziest getaway story you have?
That'd be the one with the helicopter. I pulled up on the helicopter.
When is the next drop for Cozy?
So I got behind him, I started playing with him, and I was recording, obviously. A week later, I started getting chased by 2-3 black Chargers. I'm looking up, and I see the helicopter above me, and I'm like, oh nah. It was only like my second ever helicopter chase, so my heart was bumping. I'm not knowing how hard these guys are gonna go
said
for
this
me.
was only my second helicopter chase. Only my second. What do you mean only your second? Why is you... Damn. Quan don't ever step foot in North Brazil. Shit, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
We're gonna set a roadblock up, something, you know what I mean? But thank God that wasn't the case.
I'm a push with a great life.
I don't need to give these niggas advice, but like, I don't know why don't you spike strips?
Is it hard for you not to be going fast right now?
Honestly, yeah. If New York really wanted to step their game up, they should put a place where people can do this and have fun in a safe environment.
Bro, that's what every city needs, my nigga. The city can put all this money into all these weak ass shits. These weak ass, but the government and the city be putting money into dumb. Like, why are we putting stop signs? I mean, not red lights on the highway. Like, what the point of that? Y'all can give us a cool, bro, it's 500 racks. Go build a big ass. You just put land, big ass, boom. Let niggas go do whatever the fuck they want. Like, bro, you gotta sign waivers and everything, but bro, when I get rich, like on some money, like where I could just wipe my ass with some money on, I'm buying an airstrip just for my cars, and I'm gonna be, boy, you know, ain't be like, damn, this nigga bought an airstrip, he ain't got no plane. I'm gonna be driving. When I gotta get some more money, I gotta get my money up. That ain't my tax bracket yet. I don't even know how much an airstrip costs. Only thing that shit probably not even that expensive. You can probably get a couple acres and just put concrete. Slide the plane. That's crazy.
It's a spot. We're gonna use it.
How long do you see yourself doing this for?
This is not gonna be a forever thing. Eventually, it's gonna turn into a brand.
How often do you drive reckless?
It's every day, but to a limit.
Let's talk about reckless driving in the United States. In 2021, there were 6 million car crashes and 39,500 of them were fatal. A survey by the insurance company Nationwide found that 47% of Gen Z reported driving faster than the speed limit and 30.
Nah, I don't sell my hoodies on Amazon. Those are not real. Those don't even have rhinestones on them. Them shits is food.
4% of them reported video chatting while driving. Actions like this help contribute to car crashes being the leading cause of death for American teenagers. Another concerning fact is the amount of pedestrians killed by reckless driving. In 2022, there were 7,500 deaths in this manner. In New York, vehicular manslaughter is a felony that carries a steep sentence of up to 15 years.
We took 2 Polaroids, they're fresh off the press, still developing. We're gonna put them in 2 random people that buy merch in the next 48 hours. 2 people will get SQUEEZE.BRNZ, Tommy G, Polaroid photos. RIP Mainstream Media, big dogs gotta eat. Hope to send this to you.
Available on Patreon only are the wild and extended cut versions of the interviews with SQUEEZE.BRNZ, including one right after he got finished with a helicopter chase, extended cut interview with Swim Team, and more. This is some good at Patreon.
This girl in my school said she had a cozy on and it didn't have rhinestones. I said it was fake. She got mad at me. I don't bully people, bro. This is what she doing. Like, let her be her, my nigga. That shit fake as fuck, though, but shit, fuck it.
We find ourselves in another parking garage meeting with New York driver Wears 981 and his crew, the Swim Team. Swimming refers to the driving technique where they cut up, weaving in and out of traffic to get where they want to go. They've gained a lot of notoriety online, and I wanted to talk to them to learn more about them.
The faster you go and the more dangerous you drive, the more views you get.
Alright guys, you're pulling up to meet the Swim Team. You're one of the groups of the drivers. Why do you guys call yourself Swim Team?
This is how it started. Like, they call me float. It used to be called float apostle. So like, I guess it's like a teacher. I would teach you how to float. And then it just turned into like, you know, we started cutting up and stuff. It was almost like we were swimming through traffic, and they'll call me like Michael Phelps. So we're swimmers.
How fast do you go sometimes?
I'm hitting 150 every day. It's easy to hit 150 though. Like, it's triple digits no matter what. Your 50, 60 miles an hour is my 100.
Have you had any near misses?
Yeah, of course. People come to me like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm not going to try and teach you how to do it because of the simple fact that someone can get hurt. Thank you that I have not hurt anybody. It's like shooting a gun in an open field. Like, anybody can get hit with a straight bullet.
If you hit somebody and they get really injured or die, what should be the punishment you think?
What analogy is that?
I'm going to jail 1,000%.
Yeah, it's worth it. Why?
It's not worth it. That's the thing.
What's the fastest you ever went in any car? The speed limit.
I can't justify it, you know?
What's it like being in a high-speed chase?
Your first time, it feels crazy, bro. Like, you're like you're scared to go home some way, somehow. You make it home. You have a little bit of a tough night of sleep that first night. And then you make it to the second night, you make it to the next night, they never call me. After that, you get numb to it, you know?
What are the laws in New York for chasing people? Because I know in Milwaukee, oftentimes they don't chase you at a certain speed because they know it results in civilian deaths a lot of times when the chase happens.
It depends on the cop, honestly. I've seen cops where
we appreciate the sun, guy.
This dude going off-road in New York, and the cops following him off the road.
Oh, what the fuck?
You know, that one cop.
Nigga, imagine you running from 12 and you like, oh, I'm finna get low on him. I'm finna cut through the grass on some other shit. You cut through the grass, you look up in the mirror and you see his ass right behind you. Nigga, I'd be like, what the fuck? You tripping, shorty. At that point, it's like, fuck, nigga, this nigga really trying to get me. Like, hell nah. Hell nah.
Just ready to be like, all right, I'm coming for you, and it's over.
What does your mom think about this?
I bring my mom to work and going 150. She didn't. She gets
that's
scared.
insane work.
She knows I'm a good driver. Like, she got mother's prayers, of course. She's gonna always pray for me, make sure everything works out.
I got a
fine,
Sony A6400.
You created swim, right?
I wouldn't say I created swim, so it started off as a joke between me and Tom, right? Floating, swimming, and then we're like, why does that sound kind of nice?
So I'm here with...
Rebar FedEx 350, where's on A1? Float.
And I'm Tommy G, allegedly.
She talking about allegedly.
Who out of this group is the high-speed specialist?
This nigga right here is like nasty on the track. This nigga right here, he's just nasty on the road. He can slide, drift, go fast.
What's the fastest you guys have ever gone in a car before?
170?
170?
The fastest my stunt driver ever been in a car. My stunt driver, I think he told me he went 182 in a Charger. That's the fastest that nigga ever went. I don't know.
70?
183.
That's life or death speed. What makes it worth it for you to put yourself in that position where you could go to the afterlife if you're not careful?
A rush, man. Adrenaline rush. I'm not driving my car, but I just drive it down. If I die, I die.
He talking about us.
I don't want to die.
Batman said I'm banned from Gotham.
Obviously. I never like hopped in a car and went that fast off rip. It's kind of like I got used to it, slowly, you know, building up like a tolerance to speed. If you're watching this and you're a driver, then you know what I mean when you feel the rear wheels through the seat of the car.
You're super in tune and in charge. It's almost like the car is an extension of your body.
You have senses from the seat, the steering wheel, the audio cues, how loud the engine is, if your tires are squealing. You have so many cues in it, and it's really up to you to take all that sensory input and be able to like.
That's real shit though, no cap.
It's like we're not trying to do this shit forever. Like we genuinely want to hop on the track, just go crazy. It's just a track right now. It's expensive, and people are shutting the tracks down.
Do you guys know anyone that has crashed or died or gotten injured doing this?
Crashed for sure, but nobody that's really crashed.
Cuz said, yeah, he crashed. Like, no biggie. A nigga crashed. Nothing crazy.
Or crash or anything like that.
Yeah, 6'6" Corvette is a good first car.
There's a risk of hurting someone that's completely innocent. Someone could be on their way to work. Someone could be going to pick up their kid from soccer practice. Like, how does that factor in your driving and what you think about when you drive?
If I get left, I get stuck.
That's what I failed to realize, bro. When moving in traffic, bro, just feel like they have to be in the front every time. And they ego not gonna let them be in the back. And when they start doing some crazy ass out off the wall shit, trying to keep up, that's when Mac, and then that's when it's raps. It's a closed casket for Buddy. Himself up. He ain't have his seatbelt on some shit.
When you get left.
If I'm following 981 or I'm following float and they think a cut I can't take, I'm not taking it. When we swim for each other. We drive for each other. We don't drive for ourselves. So
exactly.
I know exactly how each one of them drives and how I drive. So God forbid someone has to hard brake, the cars behind are already braking and looking for openings so we're not rear-ending each other.
Have you guys had any near misses?
Of course, yeah. But there was this one time where he took a cut. Right after he took the cut, it was either I fit the cut or I'm gone. It's funny saying this, but we're not criminals. We have real life jobs.
You're talking about it's funny saying this, but we're not criminals.
Daddy's money, like, that should be pissing me off, bro, because I did work hard as for this shit, bro.
Do you guys' moms know about
Bro, a nigga gonna hate regardless, my nigga. Whatever you do, a nigga gonna hate, bro. Like, bro, if you buy your mama a house and post it, you still gonna get hate comments. Oh, why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? Niggas gonna hate regardless, bro. Yeah, hate, bro. That be hating on other people, they insecure with their own life. So that's how I look at it. Like, if you hate on somebody, you insecure about yourself and your life. Like, why are you hating? What are you gaining from hating, my nigga? It don't make no sense. Now, hating and trolling is two different things. But just sitting down, genuinely hating on you insecure with your life, bro. You after you put that phone down, you sad as fix yourself, man. Like, you worry about the wrong shit. Niggas be, bro, when I tell y'all, like, the hate on the internet is so crazy, gang. Like, bro, be nigga, bro, post anything. Like, you can post anything on the media. And let's just say a post happened to some way, somehow blow up. Like, get hella traction, hella views, anything like that. It's gonna be so much hate comments. Like, it's never a post that go viral with congratulating the person in the post. Never. It's never that. It's just gonna be a hate 1,000% of the time. And that's because on social media, that's hating on others is insecure in real life. No cap. Niggas just need to learn they mind their own business, twin. It's like be hating and say, I'm just playing, I'm trolling. What? Bro, what get me is it be hating, right? It be hating crazy. And I reply to them on some funny shit, or I heart they comment on something. They be like, oh my God, bro, I just wanted you to reply. What? You're weird. What the fuck? That shit crazy. I want to build a strong ass community to the point to where like, man, we gonna get there, y'all. We gonna get there. I promise y'all we gonna get there. But you gotta lock in, like. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Quan, give us quote of the day for the.
Get quote of the day. Stop hating. If you hating, you insecure. That's the quote of the day. Hating niggas, stupid ass. But yeah, just sick, bro. Like, that shit is crazy.
And she tells me every day to stop, and I tell her, look.
Then, like, bro, I kid you not. I'm not saying this can't happen, but I kid you not. Bro, you never get hate in real life. I swear to God, you don't get hate in real life. It'll probably be that one bad apple out the bunch of 50 million people. But in real life, calm, cool, collect, see you, they on some shit. But in some comments, oh my God, boy, will type his soul out. That shit crazy. Hate these nuts. Where my package from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I didn't even drop clothes. I wasn't even doing clothing. I didn't, like, what are you talking about, bro? You hating that. This another thing. It be TikTok, bro. TikTok changed life. I swear to God. TikTok changed lives. 2 years ago. Nah, not 2 years ago. TikTok changed to the point to where they see hate and they get hella views from it, and then they just keep posting hate. Yeah, I was making clothes 2 years ago, but I didn't, like, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? All the did 2 years ago been shipped out, like all that. The only the mishap I had was last April, and that was last year, not 2 years ago. But, bro, that hate go viral. Like, if y'all realize that, if you post a hate video, it's gonna go up. If you post some positive shit, they don't push that shit, bro. It's just like on some weirdo shit, I swear to God.
I'm trying. We have a brand swim team, right? We're not trying to cut our breakfast 24/7, bro. Like, we got a 5M service coming up, a Settle Course service coming up, and honestly, like, we see the community, we see the love you guys are giving us, and we're not gonna take this and just, you know, throw it all away. It's like one of those stories we're trying to create where the bad guy kind of wins.
What do you say to the people that are like super pissed when they see what you do? They're like, that's reckless, it's selfish, it's dangerous, people could die. What do you say to those type of folks?
Honestly, bro, you're great. I agree with them, bro. I don't even argue with them. I don't argue with them, bro. I don't argue with them either. When people look at accidents and they see like us putting up and like racing through traffic, doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff, they see it as not precise. Like, they're thinking like we're just out there and we're trying to crash. We're not trying to crash. If anything, I would argue that when we're on the road, we're actually paying attention to the road.
Lamron, wait, that's not Lamron. Lamar, appreciate the sub, gang.
Is drinking and driving. And like, we don't ever be under the influence ever behind the wheel. And I'm proud to say that.
Tell me what's going through your head in the police chase. How do you get away? What are you thinking about? Are you trying to go a few streets then take an exit? You got a hideout? Like, how do you evade police in this type of situation?
Don't give out too much sauce. You gotta bring your home.
There's people that might watch what you do and wonder how the police have not caught you yet. What is your answer?
I mean, truly, the way that we don't get caught is to stop being dickheads. New York has a no chase policy. I can say this because I've been in, like, at least in swim at least, I got into the most cop chases, right? And I'm not saying it because I like that. I got the worst luck, bro.
I wanted to know what the legal perspective was on what Swim Team, SQUEEZE.BRNZ, and all these other New York drivers were doing. What were the legal ramifications? How much jail time could they face? And why is it that they were so brazen about continually doing this? I talked to my guy Nate the lawyer to figure out more about this. He's a lawyer that runs a YouTube channel and breaks things down regularly. This is what he had to say.
My name is Nate the Lawyer. I'm a former prosecutor and a former law school professor. And what you've just seen on screen is known as reckless driving. In the state of New York, you could serve up to a year in prison if you recklessly drive. Reckless driving in New York is simple. It's if you drive in a manner that, quote, unreasonably interferes with the free and proper use of the public highways or unreasonably endangers users of the public highway. Reckless driving is prohibited. Every person violating this provision shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, meaning you can serve up to a year in jail. If someone is injured or killed during the act of reckless driving, you could find yourself facing some serious charges.
Dangerous and disturbing exclusive video of young people driving their cars recklessly just before one of the cars crashed and killed two people.
Now this driver was charged with...
Now I don't condone the takeover shit. I used to back in the day, but I grew up. I don't condone that shit no more. They be calling sliding that takeover street racing. Nigga, that's not street racing. Driving in circles is not street racing. That's donuts.
Manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. He's facing up to 10 years in prison. If you are doing something that you know is inherently dangerous and could get someone killed or hurt, and then you do it anyway, that the law finds to be reckless and criminal in some cases. Driving a car 90 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone is reckless. Someone could get hurt, someone could get killed, and if someone does, then you are on the hook for that homicide. There may be no fear of repercussions because of New York's bail reform laws. The misdemeanor of reckless driving, as you see on the screen, isn't eligible for bail. If someone commits this crime 10 times in the same day, they'll get bail every time because of New York's bail reform laws.
Nigga, in New York, if you, free that boy the fast way. He doing good too, y'all. For anybody that was wondering. Well, yeah, he doing good. He in high spirits. But, bro, you can get what?
Now, some of you may not believe how insane New York's bail reform laws are, but they are insane. Like this guy who was arrested 101 times for shoplifting and let go every time because of New York's bail reform laws. Or this guy who was arrested for 3 assaults in one day, even threw a brick through a store window. He was released every...
This nigga got locked up 3 times in one day? What the fuck?
Every single time on bail reform. Or the story of these 4 people who chopped up 2 bodies, left body parts all...
Bro, the fuck, my nigga?
Guts, everything in their home. Guess what the judge did? He released them without bail. When you put everything together, I think these guys are doing it because they don't really have any fear that they're going to kill anybody.
Bro, they just say chopped up body parts and put them on different parts of the world. I mean, a part of the city, and got out. What? The fuck?
If they get caught reckless driving, they'll get arrested and charged, but they'll probably be let out the same day on bail reform. Then we can go out and do it again. If you need legal advice, if you're looking to this YouTube video to help you in your case, you're looking at the wrong place. With that being said, I'm Nate the Lawyer and I'm out. Peace.
After hearing what Nate the Lawyer said, hearing that there's no consequences really for what these guys are doing, it makes sense why they're doing it. Back to the swim team.
How often do you guys get nervous doing this?
So when I started, I used to get super nervous, especially when I used to run. And the reason I started running is not because I don't like cops. It's simply because it got to a point where I can't afford the tickets anymore. Because I was getting singled out for no reason.
They even got that nigga driving Facebook. That nigga doing like he be
I'm doing the same speed everyone else could. However, when the state trooper sees everyone else and me, they single me out because I'm in a white Porsche. So then they think I can afford the ticket, but in the beginning I could, but then that shit started stacking up. And if you're gonna say, oh, then just don't speed, I wasn't speeding. I was just keeping up with the flow of traffic, right? And then I just
that's their profiling shit. Where you been at? Shit, working on some, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
After the first time, I only got nervous one more time. That was only because I got chased by the hotel.
How many people were after you?
Chased by the whole county.
15 cars? Do you guys had to get away from helicopters before?
I never had to. Thanks God.
15 cop cars. That nigga had 5 stars. What the fuck?
Has the news reached out to any of you guys?
Oh yeah, of course. Bro, I ain't going front. This is crazy. I'm like 87. I'm like 87 News at all. Because they reached out to me about my content and they still posted after I said no. I don't like that. But yeah, this man news article about us already.
So news reporters have reached out to you guys. They DM you, they email you. Okay, so Ali Bauman from CBS New York.
Yeah, she did me twice. I was like, I just never responded.
What made you say no to her and yes to me?
Honestly, bro, you're not a cop. Yeah, you're not a cop. You're not associated.
You talking about you're not a cop?
I genuinely feel like you're not gonna try to paint a bad picture with it. And we've seen your videos, we've seen the work you do, and the type of, honestly,
and nigga said you're not a cop.
The worst stuff is us. Yeah, so it's like, come on now, if you were keeping them safe, there's no reason why you wouldn't keep us safe, bro.
To me, it feels really fun to have no journalistic background and to be beating them at their own game.
That shit a minute ago.
Honestly, bro, when you're an authentic person, you go far in life.
I feel like people in our generation just don't trust the news. They've lied so many times that their credit's gone with us.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, bro, I've been getting more accurate shit from TikTok.
Pull over, take the tracker out the whip. Range Rover Sport, I'm on the Jackie doing tricks. Keep swimming, got the paddles in the ship.
Let's meet the swim team and let's hear their specialties.
Float, swim team, you already know.
And what's your specialty?
My specialty is floating. All I do is float. That's my name, that's what I do. It's everything.
Do you feel like you have to look over your shoulder doing this kind of stuff?
I always look over my shoulder. I'm always not anyone. I would say I'm kind of camera shy, but like my specialty is like I do a little bit of everything. But when it comes to like the the corporate side of things, the brand and stuff, like I'm basically like the brand behind that whole.
Wait, so you're trying to turn this into a video game?
I mean, we already kind of did. It's a game, so it's called Assetto Corsa. So basically, we host servers, and you just gotta take the link, hop on the server, and if any one of us happens to play on the server, you get to drive with swim risk-free.
Whereas 981 and his team are well aware that a lot of his fans are young males that might try and replicate what they do, and knowing that that is incredibly dangerous, his team has done something so you can join them in the safety of your home. They built this online Assetto Corsa server so you can drive, swerve, drift, whatever you want. All you need is a computer, internet.
Do you think you're wanted by law enforcement?
They definitely know about us. I mean, me specifically, I have no clue. If I am wanted, I'm sorry. I don't hate NYPD, I just don't.
Nigga said if I'm wanted, I'm sorry. What the fuck, shawty?
Want the ticket.
What do you go by?
Brick 250 or Brick 50, either one is fine.
And what's your specialty?
Well, right now, I think the fans would probably say my specialty is probably police chases, cop chases, and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I think drifting though.
How many police chases do you think you've been in?
Honestly, bro, I lost count probably, because I posted at least 30, I think. So I think I have...
You have at least 30 police chases on the internet right now.
Yeah.
Why is this worth potentially going to prison?
No matter how you look at it, it's not worth it at all. Me being how I am as a person, bro, it's fun, bro.
Who are you?
So I'm Reaper.
What's your specialty?
I'm more of a low-key swimmer. I'm not really making videos. If you know, you know.
Do you have any little brothers?
Oh, yeah.
If they wanted to get into this, what would you tell them?
I'm a hypocrite, bro. I wouldn't recommend this part.
You don't recommend it? This is a question for the whole group. How often do you guys have to change vehicles?
I say if you do it right, you could probably go a year to 2 years where you have to swap the car.
Fire,
be smart, but you could do some dumb shit in one night that makes you have to swap.
What do you go by?
My name's Billy.
And what's your specialty?
Honestly, the fans kind of know me as Lester, I guess I would say. That's, if you get in trouble, you can call me. I'll help you with your situation.
So what makes this worth doing?
It's not worth doing. I wouldn't recommend doing it if I were you, but I can't make your decision for you. So if you are going to do this against our best wishes, I guess, just think about other people on the road and do whatever you can to bring it home without hurting yourself, hurting anybody else, or damaging any property.
Tell me how you think about taking on risks and danger.
I think if you're ever going to take on any risks or any danger, whether it's physical risks or financial risks, I think you should write down every single one of the variables that could be a factor in the risk that you're taking, and you should figure out what's the worst case scenario that could go wrong, any other kind of scenarios that could go wrong, and you want to figure out what the best case scenario is, and if that's worth the gamble for you, for the risks that are laid out on the table. But if those risks are worth the reward that you're going for, I think you should go for it. And if at any time you get too scared, the risks are too much for the reward, you don't want to risk it for the biscuit, then stop, because you're not built for it.
If you want an extraordinary life, you have to take extraordinary measures and risks and action, but know your lane and know when to sit out. And this is something I'm sitting out for.
Also, the story of Icarus, when you have black wings and you fly too close to the sun, never feel like you got it on lock 24/7.
The story of Icarus comes from Greek mythology, and it recounts the tale of Daedalus and his son Icarus, who were imprisoned on the island of Crete by King Minos. To escape, Daedalus fashioned wings made of feathers and wax for him and Icarus. Warned by his father not to fly too close to the sun, Icarus disregarded this advice. As he soared higher and higher, the wax melted, causing his wings to fail, and he plummeted into the sea and drowned. This story serves as a cautionary tale warning against the dangers of overconfidence and recklessness. And this story, I think, is very relevant to Mr. SQUEEZE.BRNZ.
My son Stolen couldn't make it, but he wanted to say what's up to y'all, feel me?
Anything you gotta say for the camera, brother?
That shit just turned into
Shout my son Jolly too, he couldn't make it. Yeah, so you asked us these questions. What do you think of swimming?
So here's the thing, I think danger is
good. Turned into a lesson of Tim and Moby. Y'all remember that from back in the day? The robot and the white. Niggas used to watch this in school.
Good in somebody's life, but when you endanger someone else while you're having your own fun, that's where I'm iffy about it. Yeah. I admire the courage, I admire the bravery, but when other people's lives are at risk, to me it's like it's a hard battle, you know what I mean? Like, if I lost a friend because someone was just having fun on the road, I'd want to kill that guy. I also, as a young man who does dangerous things too, get it. But I highly advise you, don't try it out.
These guys here to do B-roll of their cool cars. But while waiting their turn, a couple of them decided to do donuts in a parking lot where there were many families. Because of this,
how the fuck is this nigga just slide of yours?
In their turn, a couple of them decided to do donuts in a parking lot where there were many families. Because of this, the police were called, and in a few minutes, an NYPD helicopter arrived on the scene. This is what happened next.
Yo, we got a dip in a second. You seen that, right? Yeah.
Hello folks, I'm Tommy G, here with the most wanted drivers in New York, looking at peeling out.
Claire said, fuck that, I'm out.
Folks, I wasn't lying when I said these guys are wanted. Well folks, I think it's time we get out of here.
None of them niggas had a tag on.
Realize that the choices you make can impact other people. There's dangerous things you can do that just impact yourself. When it impacts scared civilians, we should probably get out of here.
What if 12 just came down and got
I'm
his
conflicted with this video, folks, because a lot of young people are going to think this is cool, and their brain is not developed enough to realize the risk to other people. And I feel like you gotta pick and choose your battles.
Gotta sit in prison.
Like, while it is exciting, statistically, eventually, someone is gonna crash, someone's gonna die, someone's gonna get paralyzed, and the game that sounded so fun is not so fun anymore.
Went from Game Boys to scales, now I play the mail. I'm flexing real shit. Boy that he copped on grill. Turbo sticking out the Civic, looking like a snail. Switched to V3 times, but we lost the trail.
That's some real deal flav. Free treat, by the way. You know what I'm saying?